How to paint a rusty metal shed. A backyard shed can increase your home's storage or workspace. Metal sheds are sturdy and widely available in many sizes. If you own a metal shed, you may know that it requires frequent upkeep to avoid rusting. To prevent damage, it is important to prepare, prime and repaint it before it accumulates rust. Invest time to remove rust and to paint the shed. When choosing primer and paint, pay for high-quality materials to save money in the long term, because your paint will last longer. Here are tips to paint a rusty metal shed. Method 1: Metal shed preparation. 1. Spray your shed with a hose. Use a strong spray attachment to remove leaves, dirt and other debris. It is important to clean it to see which areas of the shed have rust. 2. Wash the surface with a mixture of water and strong detergent. Dirt will hold in moisture and increase rust, so take time when washing your shed. Use a sponge with a soft and abrasive side and then rinse well. 3. Apply paint thinner on a rag to flash rust. This type of rust appears quickly after the metal surface is wet. It will damage the metal if not treated immediately. 4. Sand the area around any holes with 80 to 120 grit sandpaper. Wash it and apply some paint thinner with a rag to remove any flash rust spots. 5. Fill holes with auto body filler. Use a putty knife to apply the auto body filler and swipe it until it is almost even with the shed's metal surface. Allow it to dry completely. 6. Remove the rust on the shed. There are a number of methods that can be used. Choose depending upon available materials and the quantity of rust. Buy a wire brush attachment for your power drill if you have rust patches, instead of rust all over the shed. 7. Wash the surface of your shed with detergent and water again. This will remove sand and dirt particles that have accumulated. Allow it to dry completely before starting to paint. If it is a manageable size, dry it with some rags to decrease the likelihood of flash rust. Method 2: Metal shed painting. 1. Apply a rust-inhibiting primer with a brush. Make sure you get into all the crevices around the surface of the shed. Read the directions on the rust-inhibiting primer. They usually have a slightly more careful application style than most paints. Spread it according to the spread rate on the container. 2. Watch for rusty moisture to appear on the surface of the primer as it dries. Wipe the area dry with a dry cloth. Allow it to dry completely after the moisture is removed. 3. Apply a second coat of rust-inhibiting primer. If your main goal is to avoid rust damage, then do a second coat and look out for rusty moisture as it dries. 4. Apply your first coat of water-based enamel acrylic paint. Choose a high-quality paint with rust-inhibiting properties. You can use brushes or a paint sprayer on the paint application. 5. Apply a second coat of paint after the first coat dries, especially if you have chosen a light-colored paint. Many metal primers are red or other darker colors, and they can show through. 6. Allow your shed to dry. Remove your drop cloths. Tips: always wear long-sleeved shirts and long pants for work clothes when you are working with these materials. For ornamental ironwork or extremely rusty surfaces, you can consider using an organic rust converter to remove rust from the surface instead of sanding. This product converts the rust into an inert substance. However, it can create a surface that isn't smooth, so it should not be used if you want a high-quality finish on your metal shed. Make sure to complete your painting job within a period of a few days. Dirt accumulation will create rust underneath your paint job, making it deteriorate more quickly. Wipe the surface with tack cloths if you think dirt has accumulated after washing, priming, or painting. Things: power drill, wire brush drill attachment, hose, water, spray attachment, belt sander, orbital sander, sand blaster, drop cloths, auto body filler, detergent, putty knife, paint thinner, white rags, rust-inhibiting primer, paint brushes, paint sprayer, rust-inhibiting primer, acrylic paint with rust-inhibiting properties, work clothes, tack cloths, organic rust converter, optional.